Welcome to Nest. We're going to show you how to install and set up your Nest Learning Thermostat. Everything you need is in the box: the installation guide, screwdriver, screws, and a trim kit to cover any holes in the wall. Installation is simple. You'll remove your old thermostat, install the Nest base, connect some wires, then attach the display. If you haven't already checked that your system will work with the Nest thermostat, go to our online compatibility checker. You'll also get a personalized wiring guide for installation. If your thermostat is built into the wall, connected to thick wires with wire nuts, or labeled 110, 120, or 240 volts, you have a high voltage system, which is not compatible with the Nest thermostat. Don't connect your Nest thermostat to these high voltage wires. Let's get started. Go to your home's breaker box and turn off the switch that controls power to your heating and cooling system. This will protect it during installation. If you need to, you can also turn off the main power switch at the breaker box. Make sure you've turned the right breaker off by changing the temperature with your current thermostat. Wait a few minutes to make sure your system doesn't turn on. Next, take off the front of your old thermostat. Many simply pop off, while others have screws you need to take out. Once the front of your thermostat is off, take a picture of the wires with your phone. This will be useful for reference later. If there's a jumper wire connecting one wire to another, remove it. You won't need it. Because every heating and cooling system is different, it's important to label the wires. Attach the labels in the installation guide to the matching wires. Then you can disconnect them from your old thermostat. Most thermostats have screws that hold the wires in. Use the included Nest screwdriver to disconnect them. Other thermostats may have buttons that you simply press to release the wire. When all the wires are out, carefully remove the backplate, making sure none of the wire labels fall off. Now it's time to install the Nest thermostat base. But first, if there are any holes or unpainted areas on the wall, this is a great time to patch, spackle, and paint. Or you can use the optional trim plate to cover up any holes. If you're installing your Nest thermostat on an electrical box, use the included steel plate. Then you can install the trim plate over it. Gently pull the wires through the thermostat base. Put one screw in the top hole. The Nest screws are self-tapping and will go into drywall and other soft materials without drilling. For harder materials like wood, pre-drill a hole with a 3/32 or 2.5 millimeter drill bit. Use the built-in level to make sure the Nest base is straight. Then snug down both the top and bottom screws. Now it's time to connect the wires. Check the ends of your thermostat wires. They should be straight. If not, restrip them and trim the ends, leaving 3/8 of an inch or 10 millimeters of wire exposed. Insert each wire that has a label into the matching connector. Simply hold down the connector button and push the wire all the way in. Make sure that the connector buttons stay down after you've inserted each wire. Otherwise, your Nest thermostat may not get enough power and you won't be able to finish setup. Only put one wire into each connector, and don't connect any wires to your Nest thermostat that weren't connected to your old thermostat. Push in the wires so they're flush with the wall. This will help the Nest display connect to the base. To connect the display, hold it so the Nest logo is at the top. Push it onto the base until you hear it click. Now go back to the circuit breaker and turn the power back on. Your Nest thermostat will start up and guide you through setup. It should only take a couple of minutes. Here's a preview. You'll pick a language, connect it to Wi-Fi and the internet, tell it a few basics about your home, and tell it about your heating and cooling system so it can help save energy. Then you'll test. Be sure to have your network password handy. Connecting to Wi-Fi will let your thermostat download important software updates and let you access and control it with your phone. Your thermostat will also show you which wires it's detected. If they match the wires you installed, select Continue. If not, check that you've inserted the wires into the right connectors and make sure they're pushed all the way in. If you need more help, visit our support site. Next, you'll tell your thermostat about your home's location so it knows about the weather outside. You'll also tell it where it's installed in your home, and tell it a couple of things about your heating and cooling system. Then you'll run a quick test to make sure everything's working right. Now you'll add your thermostat to your Nest account with the Nest app. If you don't have a Nest account, go to the Apple App Store or Google Play to download the free Nest app. Launch the app to create an account. If you already have a Nest account, make sure you're using the latest version of the app and sign in. Once you're signed into your account, tap Add. Then choose Nest Thermostat. If you already have a Nest product in your account, go to the Settings menu to add your thermostat. You can skip the next couple of screens since you've already installed it. When you get here, you'll enter a key code. It's easy. Just tap Show Me How. Press your thermostat's ring to get to the menu. Select Settings, then Nest Account. After you've entered the key, it'll appear on the Nest app home screen. Tap on your thermostat to adjust the temperature, change settings, and more. That's it. To learn more about the Nest thermostat and how to use it, go to our support site.
Welcome to the Degree Thermostat tutorial. Today we'll guide you through using your thermostat without the app. Let's dive in. First, let's change the mode. Click the middle button twice to access the mode menu. Use the right-left buttons to scroll through the modes: auto, heat, cool, or off. Confirm your choice by clicking the middle button again. Now, changing the temperature. In auto mode, click the left button to access the heat set point. Use the left button to decrease the heat temperature and use the right button to increase it. Click the middle button to confirm your temperature change. For cool temperature, click the right button to access the cool set point and use the left and right buttons to decrease or increase the temperature respectively. If you are using heat mode, simply click the right or left button to access the heat set point. Use the right button to increase, left button to decrease. However, if you are using cool mode, simply click the right or left button to access the cool set point. Use the left button to decrease, right button to increase. Next, fan settings. Click the menu button once, scroll to the right until you see the fan icon. Click the middle button to access the fan settings. Use the left and right buttons to choose between auto and on. You can click on the back icon to go back to the previous page. Click on the middle button to enter. To check device info, click the menu button once, scroll to the right until you see the information icon. Click the middle button to display the firmware version. Use the right buttons to display other informations like device ID and Wi-Fi strength. Click the middle button to go to the previous page. Use the right button to scroll to the back icon, and click on the middle button to display your current room temperature. To check device settings, click the menu button once, scroll to the right until you see the settings icon. Click the middle button to access the settings menu. Use the left and right buttons to scroll between kid lock and emergency heat. Click the middle button to lock or unlock the thermostat. For those with emergency heat, enable or disable it here. And there you have it. You've successfully learned how to use your Degree thermostat without the app. If you have any questions, feel free to refer to the user manual. Stay comfortable.
This video will walk you through how to install your new Aura Smart Thermostat. Here's what's included with your smart thermostat. Before we get started, here are some tools you'll need. The thermostat is only compatible with 24-volt HVAC control systems. If you find thick wires with nuts, or if your HVAC system has a voltage of 120 volts or higher, then your system is not compatible with this smart thermostat. To begin, make sure your HVAC system is turned off. To check if your HVAC system is off, change the temperature on your thermostat to make sure your system doesn't turn on. Now you can remove your old thermostat. Every thermostat is different, but usually you will need to push a tab to separate it from the backplate. Before removing wires, take a picture of how the wires connect to the terminal of your old thermostat. You may need to reference this photo later. Use the thermostat labels in the included wire tag set to label the wires according to the corresponding terminals. The terminals on your old thermostat may already have two different sets of labeling, one set for a conventional HVAC system and one set for a heat pump system. If your system has a heat pump, make sure to follow the heat pump labeling. If you are unsure whether your system has a heat pump, we recommend that you research your HVAC system online or contact customer support. If you have any jumper wires, do not label them. Remove them and store them with your old thermostat. Begin carefully disconnecting the wires. You can use the screwdriver to loosen screws or press the release button to remove the wire. If your system has a C-wire, you do not need to install the included power extender kit. The thermostat will use the C-wire for power. We'll explain what to do if you don't have a C-wire in a separate video. Unscrew the old backplate from the wall. Hold the wires and carefully remove the backplate, making sure the wires do not fall into the wall. Now, you can insert the wires through the hole in the new backplate. Use an electric drill to attach the backplate to the wall with the provided wall anchors and screws. Begin connecting the wires to the corresponding terminals on the backplate. If you have multiple R wires, connect the R or RC wire to the RC terminal, and connect the RH wire to the RH terminal. Gently tug on the wire to make sure it's securely connected. If you only have one R wire, connect it to the RC terminal. Now, turn the thermostat over. If you've connected wires to both the RC and RH terminals on the backplate, then adjust the jumper switch to off. If not, then adjust the jumper switch to on. For example, if there is a wire connected to the RC terminal, but no wire connected to the RH terminal, then adjust the jumper switch to on. Make sure all wiring is pushed inside the wall. Carefully press the thermostat into the backplate until it clicks securely into place. Turn your HVAC system back on. If installation was successful, the thermostat display will turn on. You are now ready to set up your thermostat. Now, your Aura Smart thermostat is installed and ready to go. For more information, please see the user manual.